every once in a generation, something drops that makes the entire tech ecosystem stop, stare, and collectively say, "Hold on, this wasn't supposed to happen yet." The latest update to Deep Agent is exactly one of those moments. It doesn't feel like a normal upgrade. It feels like a time skip, as if someone reached into the future, grabbed a piece of 2028 technology, and casually dropped it into 2025 like it was no big deal. And with Gemini 3 now, running inside Chat LLM on Abacus AI, the whole platform has gone from impressive to borderline unreal. This is no longer a coding assistant, a tool, or even a polished no-code builder. Deep Agent now behaves like an entire back-end engineering team compressed into a single autonomous mind that never sleeps, never takes shortcuts, and never gets overwhelmed. You don't instruct it line by line. You don't micromanage. You don't fight bugs for 3 days straight. You simply describe what you want, and before you've even finished thinking it through, it hands you a fully working, production-ready service. This is the moment AI officially enters the build's entire systems on its own era, when just an idea becomes a working product in minutes. If you've ever tried building something serious in the past decade, you know how brutal the process used to be. Authentication alone could eat a week. Payments? Good luck integrating Stripe without wanting to fight your screen. Dashboards, access control, workflow logic, databases, deployment pipelines, logs, error handling, versioning. Every step was its own mini-battle. In 2023, a proper SaaS product could easily swallow $300,000 to $400,000, drain multiple developers, and drag on for half a year. And even then, the first test user always found the one bug that blew up everything. Deep Agent looks at all that chaos and simply shrugs. Now, building something serious happens so fast it almost feels illegal. You tell Deep Agent what you want, it drafts your API contract, it designs your schemas, it writes the back-end logic, it connects external services, it constructs the workflow, it deploys the whole thing. And it does all of this while maintaining logs, handling errors, tracking versions, and building observability automatically. It doesn't behave like a tool. It behaves like a senior engineer who listens carefully, nods politely, and returns 15 minutes later with a fully working product. Watching it work feels like watching the future materialize in real time. Real-time market intelligence without the suffering. One of the most jaw-dropping demonstrations of this new update is the Stock Insights engine. If you've ever tried building a real-time market data tool, you know the pain. APIs break, data sources get rate limited, spreadsheets catch fire, and some fragile script you forgot about 3 months ago suddenly decides to ruin your entire weekend. Deep Agent vaporizes all of that pain. You describe the type of market intelligence you want: movements, alerts, summaries, indicators, watch lists, anything. And Deep Agent goes into full engineering mode. It connects to the data sources, fetches and normalizes everything, applies the logic you described, and deploys an API endpoint you can hit from your stack immediately. No scripts, no fragile pipelines, no spreadsheets pretending to be applications. For traders, analysts, and founders, this is the moment you realize the future isn't coming. It's already here, and it works better than the entire tool chain we've been duct taping together for 20 years. The memory-rich Telegram chatbot that actually remembers you. If there's one thing traditional chatbots are famous for, it's forgetting everything you just said. Most of them have the memory span of a fish. Close the window and poof, gone. Deep Agent takes that reputation and turns it upside down. This time, you're not just generating a bot, you're generating a personality, a character, a presence, something that remembers your previous conversations, tracks your identity, adapts to your behavior, and maintains consistent long-term memory across platforms. You describe the voice, the tone, the emotional style, the capabilities, and the role you want it to play. Deep Agent then builds the entire back-end intelligence layer that handles context retention, recall logic, and conversation history. The Telegram interface becomes just a front-end shell. The real magic lives inside the agent-created APIs. The best part is that you can drop the same intelligence into a website, a mobile app, or an internal tool, and it behaves identically everywhere. It's one brain powering multiple bodies. This isn't a bot, it's a digital personality with continuity. Invoice extraction that treats chaos like it's nothing. Invoices are the chaos gods of business paperwork. They come in bizarre layouts, strange fonts, unpredictable formats, and sometimes look like they were designed during an earthquake. Most developers know that trying to automate invoice parsing is like trying to tame a wild animal armed only with optimism. Deep Agent handles the mess with unnatural ease. You upload example invoices. You don't explain where fields are. You don't draw rectangles or annotate anything. The agent identifies vendors, totals, dates, taxes, line items, and any other field you need, entirely on its own. Then it builds an extraction workflow that works on every messy invoice you throw at it. The pipeline is deployed as a stable API, ready for any ERP or finance system to use. Years of human suffering, solved in minutes. Sentiment intelligence that reads human emotion like a book. Modern businesses are drowning in text. Comments, surveys, reviews, support tickets, transcripts, and feedback threads longer than your weekend to-do list. Sorting it manually is impossible. Most companies skim 1% of their feedback and pray for the best. Deep Agent ends that guessing game. You feed it raw text and it instantly begins breaking things down. Emotions, themes, frustrations, compliments, product issues, feature requests, satisfaction levels, and patterns you didn't even know existed. It converts subjective human chaos into structured insight you can plug directly into a dashboard. It's like giving your analytics team superpowers they didn't know they needed. Full web applications. Generated, tested, and fixed by a virtual AI engineer. Now here's where things get borderline surreal. Deep Agent doesn't just build back-end logic, it creates full web applications. Then, and this is the part that feels like science fiction, it opens a virtual computer, launches your website, interacts with it like a human, inspects errors, and fixes them. The tutoring booking site demo is the perfect example. A short prompt creates the entire flow: landing page, Stripe payments, pricing logic, session durations, booking system, confirmation page. Then Deep Agent opens a browser, clicks buttons, fills forms, checks the console, and patches every issue it finds. No one told the AI how to debug. It just knows. The $1 lead magnet funnel is the same story. Email capture, payment flow, upsell, download page, all wired up instantly and fully functional. And the resume reviewer tool is even more impressive. You describe your idea once, and Deep Agent builds upload handling, OpenAI integration, content analysis, personalized feedback, a subscription upsell, and all the logic required for a full MVP. What normally takes a development team weeks now takes a machine minutes. You don't feel like you're watching automation. You feel like you're watching an invisible engineering team sprint at full speed. The 2025 to 2027 transformation. This update doesn't exist in isolation. It signals the beginning of a broader shift happening over the next few years. In 2025, we're entering the age of autonomous digital builders, agents capable of creating complex systems without human micromanagement. In 2026, we'll see embodied intelligence where software agents begin controlling physical devices, robots, and machinery. And by 2027, we'll likely see systems that improve themselves. AI that not only builds software, but evolves it based on usage. Deep Agent is one of the earliest practical glimpses of that future, and Abacus AI is accelerating everything by hosting weekly challenges with real cash prizes, pushing the community to build more ambitious projects and stretch the platform beyond its current limits. This isn't a warm-up, this isn't a teaser, this is the beginning of a new era where building software becomes something you describe, not something you painstakingly assemble piece by piece. We're stepping into a world where the distance between idea and product collapses into a conversation. A world where building feels less like engineering and more like shaping reality with language. And honestly, the world isn't ready for how fast this is about to get. And that's where we'll wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like and make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to turn on notifications, because the next update in this space could drop any minute. And trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.